What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Welcome to the after.
It's an after party.
After party today.
On location after party.
Yeah.
It's an on location after party after playing some golf today, and we are here with the infamous Lee from Wedge FX from his garage.
You've seen Lee with us
From his garage,
but we came to visit Lee's garage
in their garage
and play some golf today.
Yeah.
We did play some golf today.
play some goof.
Yeah,
The golfing dads had to get out there and play some golf.
So here's what we want to do tonight. We want to talk about it's Champions Dinner night, and so we're going to talk our Champions Dinner menu, and then we're going to go through Lee's process and show you what Lee's process is, and then we're going to show you he's going to put our logo on one of my clubs, and then we'll be done for the night. Yeah. That's a process. So
nice little video here.
Nice little quick hit here. So
extra content for Masters Week.
Content for Masters Week. So. Lee, we're guests in your house. Why don't you go first? Let's start with your Champions Dinner menu.
So mine, definitely not a vegan. Definitely
Love that.
it's all about meat. I'm gonna go porterhouse. Actually, let's go back. Appetizer is gonna be pulled pork sliders.
Ooh,
I like that.
I like that. Bold strategy.
Again, no vegetables, no soup. Sorry, we're skipping that. Going right into the porterhouse with steak fries for the entree.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the molten lava hot fudge cake dessert.
Molten lava cake. We doing that a la mode with some ice cream?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I like it.
Greg, you're still in the lead, so.
All right, so we'll take my Champions Dinner. I'm going to start with a Caesar salad, a nice Caesar salad with a New England clam chowder. It's one of the only soups I like, but I'm going New England clam chowder. So Caesar salad and New England clam chowder.
Is it in a bread bowl?
Oh yes, I didn't think about that, but we're gonna make a
because that's what now you took mine and now I gotta switch my soup.
You gave it to me. I'm you offered it up,
Yeah.
so a bread bowl. And then I'm going a ribeye. I'm going a bone-in ribeye. Cowboy cuts, bone-in ribeye.
It's like we planned the same
menu. I know. It's pretty much probably pretty similar to most of our menus.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna end with peachy paterno ice cream. I gotta go with my State College with Penn State's, and I gotta go with the creamery and go peachy paterno ice cream because it is phenomenal and it brings the peach for Georgia in there too.
There you go.
That's what I'm going with my Champions Dinner.
Yeah.
So Dave, what do you got?
Well, ironically, my menu is
Ditto.
Steve, next.
Great minds do think alike, but my appetizer is gonna be mini beef Wellingtons.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, mini beef Wellingtons. My soup is also New England clam chowder and possibly a chili.
Okay, there you
go. Oh, you're gonna have gas at that.
Yeah, there you go.
He's planning on winning 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
He's getting everyone.
Yeah. My entree is tomahawk ribeye.
Okay.
Tomahawk
like
ribeye,
that.
twice baked potatoes, and bacon wrapped asparagus.
I thought about a potato a potato bar to make your
like we did.
Yeah.
And my dessert, apple pie.
Ooh, good. That's a good one.
Apple pie,
ice cream,
vanilla.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Caramel sauce drizzle.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Steve Rattle's out here.
Mine.
Chicken and fish.
Chicken and fish.
McDonald's.
No, mine.
Drive-through style.
So for appetizers, we're gonna go a little sushi.
Okay.
I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I am gonna go with your New England clam chowder idea. Going back to my New England roots, as well as maybe a little option for some French onion soup as well.
That's a good one.
And then for dinner, we're going surf and turf. We're gonna have cowboy cut, bone-in ribeye. And
I see a theme here.
And also some New England lobster, fresh cold water lobster. And for dessert, side with that will be grilled corn on the cob, one of my favorites. Oh, I will go back. Actually, I do need to amend with my appetizers. There will be gator bites, fried gator bites. Do love some fried gator bites, so we got to do that.
You were obsessed with gators on every golf course we played.
I mean, I do love a good alligator. And then for dessert,
now we know
Boston cream
Got
pie.
hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, Boston.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I like go
For
figure.
dessert,
Yeah.
Boston cream pie.
Didn't see
So
that one coming.
no, not at all. So, but yeah, no. So there's the Champions Dinner menu. So Lee, let's talk about your process. We've got some wedges sitting here in front of us. Some being painted, some in the beginning stages. So let's talk first about. Let's go through the process, starting from a fresh, clean wedge from Wedge FX to how do we get the finished product?
So biggest thing with the fresh clean wedge is you have the blank. That's what person has to work with. That's the landscape, 56 degree. Somebody contacts me, says, gives an idea what they want. What I will normally do is I'll go overboard on a design because you put more out there, then they can take it away, as opposed to trying to fill in landscape. I try to fill in the landscape, get a little know about the person to make it personal. And once we have that, then I'll actually go in the computer system, make it into an SVG file, and start lasering away. Now, after it's laser, it's not completely done. After it's laser, it gets the edges are rough, a little off colored. Obviously, it's getting heated up. Needs to be polished. It goes through a sander for about 4 hours. Tumbler, stainless steel beads for about 4 hours.
What's that sound like?
Actually, it's pretty quiet.
Is it okay?
It's surprisingly quiet.
Now, can you only do one head at a time in the tumbler, or can you put multiple in there?
So depends on what it is. Say like when I did Steve's irons and yours,
Mhm.
I could do 2 at a time.
Okay.
One, they're cast covered. They're not forged. If they're forged, I'll only do one because if you get the clinging, it's going to ding them.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So is it like the rock tumbler, like when you were a kid?
right here.
Like, okay. Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's a fancier,
Exactly.
not the Sears catalog.
Yeah. The one I do for putters, I had to get a bigger one because the putter won't actually fit in a 4-inch barrel. It's actually what's used for doing brass, doing reloading brass and stuff. So.
I'll just say, just the blank one is just a nice
Oh, they
looking,
are. They're
it's a
clean.
nice looking wedge.
And,
Like, so you go from that blank slate, and then
and everything's
Edge
blank.
design.
Only thing that's on here that I have forged when they're forged made is the forged marking. My logo's not on here. The loft isn't on here. So that way my logo is not going to be front and center. It's going to be on there somewhere because, well, that's me. But I want it to feature and focus on the personality of the person that's getting it.
Yeah.
And make it theirs.
Mhm.
So that was the biggest thing. So after 4 hours of tumbling, then you get the finished product that's ready for paint fill. Edges are smooth, clean, and polished.
so let's see these. Oh, let's see these like side by side. So you go from that right there, and then to that clean, crisp, and then
Then it gets paint filled. It's hard to see because it's clear paint.
but yeah, that's unbelievable.
But ultimately, that's kind of the biggest thing is like we're going to do Steve's irons. They're going to be putting the Golfing Dead's Tavern logo on them. They're going to be lightly marked, not deep, because they're built up.
Yeah,
Can't tell.
So
We just throw rocks at them in your yard, right?
we can do that. Go drag them through the gravel pit. But
Thanks,
that's
guys.
something I get asked a lot of is, do you have to take it apart to do lasering? It depends on what's going to be done, because the epoxy that holds the shaft on, if it gets heated up, it's going to break loose, break down, and come off. So if it's going to be something that's major, has to be done, yeah, shaft's got to come off. It's got to be tumbled. Otherwise, it's not going to be clean. I get asked that a lot. But if somebody wants to send me their clubs, I'll unshaft them, reshaft them. I try to match ferrules to whatever ferrules I have available. Give them a choice. Usually what I do is I open up the drawer,
BBF.
open up the lid, see, take your pick.
If you like customization, people, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like this is your dream place to have here.
It's a
He's
giant
got
toy shop.
a hell of a studio here. But it's so when you're doing this with this whole process, so when you go from your blank here to that, how long is the average process for that?
Depends on the graphic work.
Okay.
It depends on where I get that from. Some things, if it's clean, It takes me 5 minutes to turn a basic graphic into an SVG. Lasering, this will take anywhere between 2.5 to 3 hours to laser.
Okay.
And then 4 hours to tumble, and then paint fill one color at a time. On an average, I can finish a wedge easily in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
I put a lead time of 10 days because you never know what I got going on in the bench.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I'm well ahead of schedule on that one.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
My stock shaft I offer is the S400 through temper. Choice of grip.
Yeah. And they work. Should we show off the wedge we've got? We've
showed it off. We showed it off yesterday. We got
There's a couple of them around here.
Let's show it off again.
Wait, these aren't one of a kind, Lee?
They're
And put it out there. There's a lot of questions about this wedge. And a lot of people are requesting on it. To give you an idea on this wedge, is 4 of us here.
Yeah.
The foursome. Doing the tavern together, going to the Masters together. So that's a foursome. If you look on there, it's got the Golfing Dead's Tavern logo over the Masters scoreboard. And on each line of the scoreboard, it's got each of our names.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really wouldn't do anybody good for anyone else to have one.
no.
The meeting
Not
wouldn't
unless
be
there's
there.
a Lee, a Steve, a Dave, and a
Well,
Greg.
unless they want a custom Golfing Dad's Tavern with our
There
names
is
on
that.
them
Yes.
There is
for $1,000 a club.
Yes.
Like, we will sell those at
We
$1,000
can make
a
that
club.
happen.
Yes.
Like, that would be, you can put your orders in
Yes.
for that. So,
But, however, there's always the availability to customize something for you.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Steve.
I see.
Steve and
I
both
see
had-
a wedge in process here. I'm going to show it off.
Yeah.
It's magnet.
Yeah,
So,
Steve and I both went quotes on both of our clubs, which is a
our
great
friend
option.
Scott. This might be coming your way, Scotty. So yeah, it's a cool little company wedge. So if you want one for your company, scratch stick here. We've got the scratch stick.
Dave from Scratch Kit will be having those.
so it's just the personalization you can get on these and just make them your own. It's a unique thing to have. Like when you're playing golf, you got your game, you have fun, but when you have something that someone else doesn't have,
Yeah.
that's the fun part about this.
We need to get Greeny one that says "That's what she said." That's his favorite. The Greeny needs one that says "That's what she said." So
That's it. And that's it. I mean,
Does that
everything
come
can
with
be.
a 6-ounce, beer with it too?
that's
A
Jay.
Jag.
That's
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah.
He
You
plays
look
from the
here,
wrong side of
hand
the
me
ball.
those.
Yeah, I know.
These.
So, these are a little different than the others. They're backwards. They're wrong-handed. I had 3 sets of my wedges made left-handed. One set in black, who actually somebody bought Air Force guy up in Alaska, so he actually helped get these. The first set of these, there's only going to be ever 3 sets made. I'm not
Okay.
making any more. First set went to my brother Rob.
We played with Rob today.
Rob.
That was awesome.
Rob,
is-
I hope you're going to watch this and
First swing when he
Great
finally
guy.
got him. We were out
we
there
were
playing with the
we
tournament
were
for-
playing down. He came down and played in the tournament. I ran for
Oh,
Coach
nice.
Steve, the Coach Steve Scramble, and literally I got to see him present the wedges to his brother.
oh, that was awesome.
That he actually and Lee brought down something cool. So if you're a tournament planner, a tournament organizer, you can contact Lee and he can make these for trophies for you. So you can give them out. That was actually our trophies for that tournament. Steve is his name is Steve Miller. He lives down in Orlando. He had a brain aneurysm. He's a local club pro or teaching director of instruction. And we did a charity event to raise some money for the
Awesome.
family.
Mike just said, "Don't go selling my lefties."
Sorry, dude, they're gone. You missed out, Mike.
Mike, you couldn't hit these anyway. You ain't good enough.
These are actually going to Dylan at Akron Golf Shaft. So
Are they?
Yep.
Nice. Good for Dylan.
they're the next ones to get lasered.
We did see at the PGA show. I was with Lee, and he brought Addison
Copeland.
some wedges.
Best presentation of wedges ever.
Addison got a Broncos one. He got one with his first.
No, he
round.
got they were all designed after something to do with his grandpa.
Oh, nice.
And one had a cherry pie on it because I guess the grandpa used to say that's smooth as cherry pie. One had a picture of his truck, so I did his truck. And what was the other? The other one had like a lady's leg on it and something about being sexy.
So
I went with the theme, when LA brought out their putter and they had it in a black box. Well, this is the only set of wedges I ever put in a black box and presented it to them It was awesome.
Yeah, and Addison's a great dude at LA Golf. So,
well, that's the cool thing about this is you're not just like you can buy clubs, you trade clubs, and
Exactly.
this is something you can keep forever.
Mhm.
This is something you can pass down. This is something like that. It has that personal feel.
Exactly,
like
and they don't
that
have to be
connection.
mine. My
No,
wedges
that's
are
what I'm
great.
saying,
I grew, to me, they're the best wedges you'll hit. But hey, you got to hit the. You got to hit them.
pretty good, not gonna lie.
But you look at my bag over here. I got Cleveland, Callaway, Smash Factor, Sub
Ooh,
7.
got quite a collection over here. So
I like wedges.
Yeah. Some of us are pretty partial to a lot that you have in there with a sub 70.
Oh yeah.
So, but no, it's cool. So let's see how we set this process up to do the engraving. Like,
yeah.
We'll start picture
Right
wedge.
on.
Picture wedge. easy.
Well, that's the cool part is you're doing this on his irons here. It's not just wedges. that you
Exactly.
do.
It
So
can be anything.
yeah.
That you've already done.
You customize your own set of irons.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now,
That you've already done once.
I do get a lot of requests for ball markers and stuff like that. I'll do some ball markers occasionally for people for special things. Usually, if I'm involved in them. Like I made us each a ball marker. I started doing them, but there's other companies out there that's been doing a lot longer and far more inept in it. Like I'm gonna throw them out there. Atomic Golf,
Yeah.
Joel, you do great. So
Yeah. No.
that's who I send to. But I'll do some for personal things for us.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move over here. I gotta find a clamp.
Got it.
I gotta find it. You guys chat amongst yourselves. I gotta find it.
So we'll set up over here. So he's gonna.
I need to make a magnet thing to hold them in there.
So I mean, it's a great process, and this is something it's that fun, unique thing you can add to your clubs where
Yeah.
you can both have the same set of irons, but your irons have your customization
Yeah. And
and have someone else's customization. So it's a great process for that. So
God, those shorts are ugly even on camera.
yeah, they are great.
Those shorts are hideous.
We'll not moving this one. But just to keep it snug.
Leave I put my hand in the
Oh, you're good.
You engrave
There'll be a little bit. I gotta get this program up and going. There's a fiber laser. This one's a 30 watt. They have 20 watts. 20 watts do pretty good. 30 watts, you can do any kind of metal. It's you at least need to have a 30 watt. And now we find the golfing devs.
so if anybody wants our logo on their clubs,
yeah.
I mean,
we'll sign away for a fee.
yeah. Why not?
Hey, if anyone wants to be a fan and put our logo on there and have our advertising, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Mind if I show that, Lee?
Oh yeah, that's free.
So yeah, so
Right now, one thing that's cool about this laser is you can kind of get it going. Focus on there. Now I can move it around to wherever I want to actually laser it onto the. This takes a little bit of maneuvering.
it's just trying to focus it on there and get it to the right spot on the iron. Can you just laser "you suck at golf" on there for him?
I may or may not have put that on something. All right, now from here I can actually just move the item. biggest thing about the fiber lasers, focusing is huge, and they got to be level. Like you can't go from this height up to that height.
Okay.
Like magic focusing stick.
Tricks of the trade.
Because they have a focus distance on them. And that's something that Joel from Atomic Golf, I'll throw it out there again. The one that tricks he told me was get it lasering and then focus it to where you get the best blue mark. And then that's your main focus. So it could be 160 millimeters, maybe less, maybe more. Depends on your actual laser. So that was one of the tricks he told me. Appreciate it every time. So once you have it set, exhaust fan comes on. It does throw off some stuff, and you hit go. They don't look into the light. I always do. Done.
Look at that, folks. That's the good.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So you can take it.
Well, hey, Lee, Mike's getting ideas. And Mike getting ideas is scary because that's just a scary thought. Man, that came out cool.
There you go.
That's so cool.
Next.
Next.
We're just gonna hold it in place.
But from a thing, that's a quick, easy. Once you get it all set, you're talking that was about 45 seconds.
Exactly.
It's a small little logo on there. The hardest part was getting it the right focus distance.
Focus distance and placement.
Now, is each club going to be a different focus? Do you have to go through that process each and every time?
It will a little bit because depending on the clubs, the height gets a little different. Like this one here, this is now 7 iron. You see how that band is a little bit tighter. It'll actually work out fine, but it is just a little bit tighter than what the pitcher wedge does. But I'm going to go ahead and clamp it just to be on the safe side. This won't work right. Thanks, Steve.
I kind of, at this point, I feel, what do I have metal on me that I could get this etched in jeopardy?
Been there. I've had other people come up and do things, and they're like, "Can you do this? Can you do this?" Actually, I'm gonna hold this in place. If somebody wants to click the button, which actually go ahead and let's see. We go to red, highlight it. I'm gonna hold it in place right here. So he wants to click on stop.
He puts it
Right now?
Yep. And then go click mark.
And one of them's going to.
Done.
This one's going to. That one's for.
And that's kind of what happens if it is off focus to some. I'm not going to move.
Oh.
It's not really bright. So.
Well, neither is Steve, so it works out well.
Is turn that just a hair.
Turning what? Just
That knob right up there.
Which way? Towards us?
Counterclockwise.
So away from us.
Yeah.
That?
A little more.
That
A
looks
little more. Actually, go the other way. My bad. I'm watching the.
So, Greg, now Steve, when you hit this iron incorrectly, you can say it was Greg's
Go ahead
fault.
and hit mark. Hit red again.
red.
One thing cool about this thing too is if it does move, you can kind of get it back. But we're going to come back to that one just to be on the safe side. We'll come back to that one.
Okay.
So yes, the focusing does make a difference. So let's check this guy.
So is this the same laser you use to make the deeper cuts too?
Yes.
Okay.
It all goes by how many passes. See the big thing right here?
Yep.
That's a CO2 laser.
Okay.
That's what I originally started doing customization with. That was sandblaster.
Okay.
So I'd cover a wedge in vinyl, laser design onto it, through the vinyl, make a stencil basically, and then sandblast. Now going to this one, that one was pretty easy. You dealt with speeds and power. This one, now going into metal, you're having to learn about frequency, power, speeds, everything. There's so many different items. So it's a learning curve, definitely.
And Lee, again, you're all self-taught. This is something you're all self-taught.
Yes.
Doing all this.
You just picked this up as a hobby just to try it out.
Exactly.
That's the best. I mean,
Yeah.
when you get something like that and you find something that you just enjoy to do.
Now, so when I first got this laser, the fiber laser, I did reach out to some people who had them. Joel probably gave me the best advice. Just he's the one that said tumble everything and find the best, bluest thing. Now, there's other people I did reach out to I never heard back on. Which, okay, I get it. You go through a lot of details to get your stuff set up. If you have a fiber laser and you want settings, you want graphics, reach out. I'm here for you. I will share.
Hey Lee, Mike is asking, do clubs have to be forged or can you also do cast?
These are cast.
So Mike, both.
So yours are cast?
My irons are.
Forged. So you can do forged too, Lee?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
those are those are.
So.
So as you can see, with the shafts on, it does make it a little bit more in the rear.
So you would normally do all this without the shafts,
Yes.
and then you would get the customization work done, and then build the rest of the club. From
Yeah.
there.
Once the customization's done, then you do with the building.
So Lee, something like this, a laser like this, I'm going to ask just so, because I'm sure our viewers are wondering, what's a laser like this cost if somebody wanted to get this for their house?
Laser itself,
Yeah.
you're looking around $3,500.
Okay.
Software to do the graphic work, if you don't already have that, that's adds on. Depending on what you want to do, a lot of people use different styles.
Yep.
So it's whatever you're best at, and then just the time to learn.
Yeah.
So how many, like, when you first were starting out doing this and just testing it out, like, how many wedges did you, like, go through, like, just trying to get yourself to that, what you feel like your perfection is at? Because I know, like, I would probably go into the first time and be like, okay, and then keep trying to improve every time.
Exactly. You look at a lot of those in the bag over there, a lot of them up here. Heck, I even did one of ours. We were doing ours. I didn't like it. It came out fine. I didn't like it though, so I didn't go with it. It'll work out fine for somebody though. But say like that one for example, that was a filigree type setup, which came out pretty good, but not exactly how I wanted it. When done the way I liked it, it came out like that.
Oh, there you go.
Which those are for my wife.
Nice.
So I mean, there's some things that a lot of people will be like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. If I don't like it, I'm not going to send it out.
Well,
That's
yeah,
good.
that's the great thing. It's at the end of the day, it's your name and your product on everything going out the door.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people don't do is they just try to mass produce or do
Right.
something that you're putting this customization on and you're making sure that you're getting it right for your customer.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, one example, I'll throw this out there. Before I had my own line, I had a customer wanting the Arsenal put on some Titleist Vokies. We had the mock-up approved. Usually that's why I go by is you like the mock-up, get the approval, okay, I go with it. And that was doing the sandblast idea version. I did one, I didn't like it. I reached out to him, I said, here's how it looks, done. I don't like it. How about we don't do this? I worked the graphic a little different, kind of flipped it, inverted the coloring, and said, what do you think of this? He's like, I like that better. It's like, all right, I will buy the next set of wedge, the other wedge, to replace the one you already bought because it was his wedge.
Yeah.
And did it perfect, came out great, got them to him. Next thing I know, it's actually the VP of Arcos, who I'm dealing with. So what ended up happening with that other wedge, we sandblasted it down, Cerakoted it, put Arcos on it, and they gave it away during an outing that they did.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah.
So that worked out.
you don't know who you're dealing with. If you don't like your work, don't put it out.
Yeah.
Even if the customer approves it, I could easily said, that's what you said. You put the stamp of approval, but ultimately, if I don't like it, I'm gonna let you know I don't like it.
I'm just gonna say I will say this from like I remember my grandfather used to do a lot of framing work and
Do that too.
and he really took pride in what he did and really did great things. But I always remember like when I'd go up to like at his house and see or his drafting table where he did a lot of this stuff. That's why I like the stick method that you use. You found a tool that you made that works perfectly for you.
It is the distance.
And I will always tell people, like, when you find someone who works on like your house or works on like does like tile work or does something, if they have that kind of tool that like not every tool's like that, but they have that one tool that's that personalized thing, you know you're getting a good product at that point.
That's it. I mean, I have a micrometer, I can check it, but
Yeah, no, but you have that.
is
I always think that's a great thing to have. It's like 30 seconds.
Yeah. So, Lee, being, as a business and everything else, is there anything you say no to putting on a club?
it depends. I mean, there are some.
Things that get into trademarks and
Yeah, I mean, if it's trade, and that gets into a touchy situation as well. If I'm doing something for him personally, and he's just going to have it, and I'm not putting it on a website, selling it, and mass producing it, no problem. But I can't do it and put it out there and say, "Here, anybody want this?"
yeah.
And if you're getting it, like this is our logo that we're putting on here, like that's like you talked with Arcos and things like that.
Yeah.
Like that's great when you're getting like that kind of notoriety and being able to do those sort of things on there. But it's just such a cool customization process.
And a lot of times, if somebody's wanting it, I've done it before. If somebody's wanting something on it, reach out to the company and ask. Hey, I got customers asking to put this on there. Not going to do this. Not going to do that. They're going to say
Yeah.
It's advertisement for them.
Yeah.
It's just getting the ask and the email and the confirmation.
And that's the smart thing to do. It's like they're not reselling it. They're not doing anything like that. It's a personal touch you're putting on someone's club. And I mean, you do other stuff. Like we were playing with it today, and I'm looking at your putter that you customize and paint job and things like that. Like that's the fun part about this game is now that's no one else has a putter like what you have.
That's it. Like,
and your brother's putter too.
Oh, my his putter.
That's a nice putter.
I wish I was left-handed. I would steal it.
Yeah, he's got another one, a Scotty I did. It ended up doing it black with orange for the MS. Kind of fill in and punish your head on it. We do that twice.
Get a deep cut. Yep. Deep tracks.
Actually, this is 5 iron. I'm actually doing it to heat it up to get the epoxy loosened up so it'll fly.
Geez, thanks.
Don't worry, we're not playing tomorrow. We have somewhere else to be.
Yeah.
Taking a break tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not from golf though.
No,
Oh, no.
All right. Well, Lee, we're gonna say thank you for showing us around today. This
Absolutely.
is fantastic. And if anyone wants to get something from you, what are you?
info@wedgefx.com.
There you go.
Shoot me an email.
Yep.
If you don't hear from me in a couple days, shoot me another one. My emails fill up quick. And Steve knows he had a buddy email. I missed it. But hey, we got it done. His wedge is sitting here almost done.
Sitting right here for him. Josh's wedges are sitting right there. Bam. We won't. Yeah. They're in progress. If there's something on there that might be, yeah.
But
For a
yeah,
personal
you can
thing.
go to our Insta page at Golfing Dad's Tavern. You know, we can get you in touch with Lee pretty easily
Easy.
as well too. Most of all of our posts tag Lee in it anyway, because most of us are hitting his clubs anyway.
So we are going to the Masters tomorrow, and Mike is asking unrelated question for the group, for all of us. How many Masters souvenirs is too many for a friend to ask you to pick up?
Mike, if you're still asking for Steve on how many he's going to get you, the number got lower today during his round.
The true question on that is how much are you willing to transfer money to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
how
need-
much money you Venmo?
Venmo it depends on how much you Venmo. Well, we do charge a service fee for Venmo. The golfing dads will pick up stuff for you. So, but Lee, thank you again, and we appreciate you having us out here. And we'll have more content this week. It is Masters Week. We're having a lot of fun this week. We're going tomorrow. We're gonna enjoy that par 3 contest.
I'm thinking, I'm throwing this out here. It's non-scripted.
Take our clubs with us.
See if they let us in.
We got tickets, right? It's
It's a practice round.
Let's do a giveaway.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna throw the lure out there. We'll discuss it. And
I think we're gonna have a giveaway from the Masters. We will figure out what the giveaway is going to be. How do we?
there will be a 52-degree wedge in there.
A 52-degree wedge in there.
Yes.
So a 52-degree wedge for the winner of the giveaway. We will post what is that on Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram to how to sign up. We'll have that up either tonight or tomorrow.
Details coming.
So look for those details. Thank you all for watching and following. Like and subscribe. And
Hey, Mike, we'll definitely partake in some of the beverage. Take it for the plastic cups, and then maybe I'll bring you one back. We'll have a drink or two.
so
So
there we go. Well, thanks everybody.
Cheers.
Don't forget to tip your bartender.
Cheers.